Stop lying. It's pathetic. Hi everyone. Welcome back to another Scotty Karate video. Today we're going to be going over fake black belts. I know, but let's get into it. So over the years, it is not new for people to lie about things about themselves, or in this case, lie about being a martial artist or a fighter. And in most cases, I'm a firm believer, roll your eyes, let them do whatever they say they're doing, and move on. You know the truth. You can look at someone and see if they're a fighter. You can talk to them for just a minute and find out if they've ever even trained before. It's not hard. It's kind of like those videos where you see people confronting people that are, I can't remember what it's actually termed, but like when they're like stealing valor, that's what it's called, where they're actually wearing a, Marine's outfit, for example, and they're trying to get discounts and they're trying to get sympathy, they're trying to whatever. And you have people come up and just blast them and go, oh, that's not the right badge, that's not the right spot, I was in that infantry and you weren't there, so on, right? It's kind of that way. We've had a lot of people that get very upset when people say they're a black belt, and they'll be like, no, you're not, I know, you can talk to somebody just for a minute and find out if they are or not. I mean, you just can't. I've done it many times, and I don't know why people lie about it. I know it's an ego thing, but it's just, why? I don't understand. So when you are talking to these people and you find out, in most circumstances, I just go, okay, that's real interesting, and move on with my life. But it is very frustrating to work for years and be training in something like I have for over 30 years and have someone walk up who's never trained a day in their life say that they are equal to me in this aspect. It's very upsetting. It's very kind of like, how dare you, right? And we have a problem with that in our society, just in general. But as martial artists, it's a weird thing to do. And I don't know why people do it, and it's absurd. It just really is. If you're one of those people that's told people you know how to fight, and you train to fight, and you're a black belt or whatever, please stop. No one is being convinced by it. And you'd be really surprised how few people actually give a shit. Like, it is amazing to me to see people say this and look around and see no one care. Not one person. I mean, how many times, for the real black belts out there, how many times have you told somebody, oh, I'm a black belt in Taekwondo, I'm a black belt in Karate, I'm a black belt in BJJ, and them go, oh, okay. That's all they care. They don't care. They're not sitting there going, oh, I'm in the presence of a master. That's not what happens. Some are impressed. They're like, oh, really? That's neat. I've been thinking about training. Where do you train? My kids are wanting to get into it. These are real responses. Not, oh, my God. Oh. That just doesn't happen. I'm sorry. So to all you fake black belts, shut up. No one cares. The only people you're upsetting are real black belts. And I hate to break it to you, that's a group of people you probably don't want to piss off. Like, I mean, I just don't even know what to say about that. It's so ridiculous. Now, to prove my point, a couple years ago, I was introduced to somebody. They're like, hey, this guy over here, he's a friend of ours, he's a neighbor, you would do, you have a lot in common, you'd be good friends. And I'm like, oh, really? What do we have in common? And, but a friend of mine was like, oh, he is let me explain, let me see if I can remember exactly what she said, a Muay Thai instructor. And I'm like, oh, okay. I haven't talked to many Muay Thai people. I mean, I'd like to talk to them. Cool. So I go over and talk to him. I'm like, hey, what's your deal? What's going on? My name's Scott, and, I'm a friend of hers, and I'm trying to check out and say hi. And he was like, okay, cool, and I was like, yeah, she was informing me you do martial arts. And that's how I worded it. I didn't say, hey, you are a Muay Thai instructor. I said, she tells me you do martial arts.
Okay.
That's what I got back. Like, I didn't get back, oh yeah, I've been training since I was 6. I've been, doing karate. I like say I would. I got.
Okay.
Okay, well that's weird. And I was like, oh well, she just told me that you taught and and thought that we could have something to talk about. So I figured that was a good thing. I figured I'd come say hi. And he's kind of he was like,
Okay.
Okay. Now, granted, I have talked to many martial artists that are just very private. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to tell people. They don't want people to know. Story within a story. I'm going to inception story you for a second. One day at work, I was walking through, and at the job I had at the time, we had a metal security where you had to take off anything metal and all that to go through. And the guy in front of me puts his keys in the bucket, and it has one of those, I don't know what you call them. It's a keychain, but it's a piece of a belt with a hole in it that you put on your keychain to represent your current rank. And it was like a green belt or a blue belt or something. And I was like, oh, you do martial arts. And he looked at me like I was crazy. And he was like,
yeah, how do you know?
And I'm like, because you're literally advertising it right now. You literally have a martial art belt strapped to your keys. And he was like, oh, yeah, I do Taekwondo. And I go, oh, that's neat. How you been in it, what you do. And he just froze. He's like, okay, well, I mean, bye. And just walked off. And I'm like, some people are just private, and that's fine. That isn't the vibe I got from this guy. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, I just thought I'd say hi. They told me you're a martial artist, and that was something we had in common. So anyway, have a good day. And I walked away, right? The whole interaction maybe lasted a minute, maybe 2. So when I went back to my friend and her family, and I was like, hey, so that was weird. And she's like, what happened? I tell her. And she goes, that's weird. He just told us last week that he taught Muay Thai. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. This is what he told me. And she was like, oh, well, maybe I misunderstood. And I was like, maybe, So, moved on my life. Well, about a month later, we're out over there and they're having a party. So I go over there and he's there. And I don't bring nothing up. I'm just talking to everybody, And at one point, my friend makes a comment that she just joined a boxing gym. She's wanting to get in shape, so she joined a boxing gym. And her husband had hung a heavy bag in the garage, but she'd never used it. It's brand new, but he, got the suspension thing where you could pull it aside, all nifty stuff. And he wanted to show us. Specifically wanted to show me and this other guy, the Muay Thai instructor, because, he's a Muay Thai instructor. They take us out there. It's really neat. I'm like, oh, that's neat, Literally next to him are some pink boxing gloves because they're for her. And she's like, hey, and hands them to him and goes, do you want to hit the bag some? Test out, see how good it is? Because I'm new. I don't know if it's a good bag or not. And he's like, yeah, sure. Okay. He starts putting on the gloves. Red flag. Why does a Muay Thai guy need boxing gloves? I'm just saying that's a kind of a big part of their training is conditioning. So hand wraps, yeah, but okay. It's a red flag, but doesn't discount it. Maybe he's just trying to humor her, right? So he puts them on and he goes over there and he kind of squares up, has his hands real low, and he punches. And I cannot even explain to you how upsetting it was to see him punch this bag. No skill, no power, no technique at all. You can tell this is the first time he's ever been in front of a heavy bag in his life. Red flag number 2. Number 3 happens when after he gets done, he hits it maybe 30 seconds. He gets done and he was in shape. Like, I'm not going to pretend. He was actually in shape. And he gets done. He's fine. He hands the gloves to her. He goes, "Oh, it's nice. It's a good bag, And I was like, what do you call that you were doing? Because I'm not sure what style that is. Just trying to bait him a little bit to find out something. And he goes, "Oh, I don't know if it's a style. I just hit in the bag." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, have you ever hit a bag before?" And he was like, yeah, every day, all the time, And I'm like, "Okay, where?" "Oh, at my gym." And I'm like, "Gym or dojo?" And he goes, or, martial arts school. And he goes, "Gym." "Well, I'm a trainer at, 24-hour fitness." And I go, "Oh, okay. And you teach martial arts at 24-hour fitness? That's unusual." And he goes, "No." And I go, "Okay, I'm very confused." I just straight called him out. And I was like, "They told me you teach Muay Thai. What do you teach if it's not Muay Thai?" And he goes, "A cardio kickboxing class?" He had straight told these people, now come to find out after he'd left for the party, he had straight told these people that he was a master in Muay Thai and was teaching Muay Thai. Never done a day in his life. The fourth nail in that coffin was after I kind of realized that he was absolutely full of garbage. My friend was like, "Hey, do you want to hit the bag?" And I'm like, "Sure, I'll hit it, test it out, break up the sand a little bit." And she was like, "Here's the gloves." And I'm like, "No, thank you." And I go and I bare knuckle hit it. I don't know, maybe 30 seconds, about the same time he did. Just laying into the bag, breaking it up, hitting it hard. Everybody's having a good time, laughing, having, making comments about how I'm just killing this bag. It's a smaller bag anyway. I look over at him. He instantly gets just super upset and just walks off. Come to find out later, after he had left, he literally left the party. We didn't even know. He just straight left. Apparently later, he came back over to visit and, talk, and they straight called him out. Like, straight up, "Hey, what the deuce? You said you were a Muay Thai fighter. Our friend who is, a black belt in karate says you aren't. I'm going to believe him because I know he is. What are you doing?" And he straight tells them he lied. He's never done martial arts, but he thought he would impress them. It didn't impress them at all. They didn't care at all. The only person that it affected was you, because I embarrassed you. And I wasn't even trying to. You embarrassed yourself. I was just the catalyst because I called you on it. I didn't even call you nicely. It was a bad deal. This happens all the time. Please stop lying. It doesn't help you any. If you want to be a black belt, go train. Put in the work. Anyway, that's my rant. Figured you might want to hear a little story. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell in the corner so you know when my videos are posted each week. And, as always, if you actually do, the more you train, easier the fight.